So one of the visions of Governor Oyebanji is to build a virile and purposeful civil service that would drive government policies for the betterment of Ekiti people. He has now organized a training that would focus on Ekiti Performance Assessment and Improvement Report to expose public servants to management approaches that would enhance their productivity. According to the Special Advisor, Office of Transformation and Service Delivery, Dr. John Ekundayo, he says, quote, EKPAIR report is all about knowing where the MDAs are and what are the opportunities that are existing for improvement in service delivery, and we will also measure performance, end quote. He also says this is the first in the country that will use this kind of assessment to assess organizations, MDAs, and their performance level. Well, joining us via Zoom from Ekiti is the Special Advisor, Office of Transformation and Service Delivery, Dr. John Ekundayo. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you, Veronica. It's nice hearing you again.
Same here. Now, let's quickly get down to business. Tell us how this fair is going and how much impact it has had so far, this training, how much impact it has had on those who have been part of it.
I want to say that we started the first leg of the EKPAIR. EKPAIR is actually an acronym for Ekiti Performance, Improvement, and Assessment and Improvement Report. And it's a compendium of the performance, assessment, and improvement report of all the ministries together. So in the first leg of the training that we had, some days back, about 10 days back or so, the participants were drawn from every ministry in the state, and all participated. And we had interface, we engaged one another, questions were asked and trashed, and we were upbeat. And it gave me a feel of the potentials we have in the civil service, cerebral minds, engaging minds, and we enjoyed our first leg together, and then they were given an assignment to go using the template we are giving them. We are using the public service assessment improvement model, which was originated in the United States of America and are being used in over 60 countries of the world globally. And this is seemingly the first time this will be used in Nigeria. So we gave them the template, and they were quite elated, enthusiastic about the whole thing. And today we'll be having the second leg, the last leg. Some of them will be submitting their PR reports, which we will now review today. It's a draft. We will review the draft today together, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, so as to ensure we're on the same page. And then we'll be able now to compile the whole report together. This first report is not about performance of any of the ministry. It's just about assessing where the ministries are, what are the opportunities for improvement, how can we cut waste, how can we focus on our targets, how can we trim our indicators to see that they are smart, they are simple, they are measurable, they are achievable, they are realistic, and they are time-bound, so that we cut off waste in governance and we focus on the real meat of government. So this is about the whole thing. And because our governor, the set man in the state, His Excellency, Mr. Governor Oyebanji, actually let us know that efforts, not just efforts, but results will be rewarded. So in that wise, we are targeting results at the end of the day based on the 6 strategic actionable pillars of this administration, which are really on youth development and job creation, human capital development, agriculture and rural development, arts, tourism and culture, like that, and governance, so that we want to see how each of these ministries coming together, even though we know they are crisscrossing issues, how they are faring, and how we are getting to that target. So this is all about EKPAIR, I can tell you briefly.
Interesting, Dr. Ekundayo. We know that bureaucracy, red tapeism and to some extent, lack of transparency are what characterize, the civil service. It's so beautiful to hear that, this initiative that you bring in, the want to measure the performance indicators, which is the public service assessment and improvement model, is one thing. The euphoria that comes with, we are introducing an idea to our own, to domesticate this idea to our own reality. But what plans do you have in monitoring this initiative? Do you think it's something that is sustainable, especially for the civil servants in Ekiti?
Yes, we are actually working on that, because apart from this workshop, in another 3 months, we will call ourselves together again. The mode is that we have a ministry champion and we have 2 assistants. Why are we having that? With my experience in Lagos State civil service, civil servants can be moved anytime. So we are saying it cannot be possible that 3 of you will be moved together. If something like that will want to happen, the permanent secretary or the commissioner can actually object. So at least if one is moved, you have another 2 other people there, so that there could be sustainability in the whole process. And also, within another 3 months, we call ourselves together, and we train ourselves again. We review some things again, because we are not saying that the template is cast in stone. There are rooms for improvement. So, and in another 6 months, there will be another assessment. This time around, we will be actually talking about performance. This first one is about the baseline. Baseline is, where am I now? What am I? What did I meet on ground? So we want to see the baseline in every ministry. But the one we are doing the next 6 months will be it's still about assessment. It's still about, have we made use of the opportunity we had before to improve? And then if we have done that, now, what is our performance? And we can still improve further. But it's actually about instilling and inculcating a culture of improvement in the service. So that's it. And about retipism in the civil service, the Office of Transformation and Service Delivery in Ekiti State have been given a strong backing by His Excellency, Mr. Governor Oyebanji, to actually perform. And because of that, at any time, the office could call any ministry, any MDA, ministry, department, agency, to look at certain area of governance critically, and we can sit down together at any time. Such backing, political strong way backing, have been given to that office to act. And with that, there is nothing about retipism. The normal thing is the bureaucracy we should have in the civil service, which is good in that it will involve all of us together, so that we know what is going on and we can move towards fulfilling purpose.
I am interested in how this will reposition Ekiti State in the Committee of States, if I may use that word. How is this going to position Ekiti as that state where perhaps investors should come to, and that state that perhaps should be seen as the #1 state ahead of every other state in the country?
Yes, that's a very good question, Veronica. Actually, we want to say that the set man, the governor, made a promise to the state when he was campaigning. And he had been saying it every 100 days in office. He had been saying, why am I celebrating 100 days? It's nothing but that you have sent me on assignment and I should give you a report. So when we are talking about EKPAIR, it's actually to see, with empirical factors, how we are faring, not just talking about it. The theme of this particular workshop is, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. And that was said by Professor Peter Drucker, the renowned global management guru. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So apart from the set man giving report to the people of Ekiti, we want to say also that we are also looking at certain indicators. We are also measuring, and we are seeing how we are faring. We are not saying that it's 100%, but we have targets. And we have months ahead of us. We have few years ahead of us. We want to see whether we can achieve that target. And what is it that could hinder? Is it funding? Is it one thing or the other, one challenge or the other? Is it issue of procurement? Like it's currently going on at the federal level now. We are already looking ahead at that in Ekiti State, how we can mitigate against any negative something that will come through procurement. We want to follow the due process, but at the same time, we don't want incubators. We don't want recidivism that will kill the good intention of government. And then the administration will not be able to deliver the sheer prosperity, the mantra in Ekiti State to the people of Ekiti. So that is what the Office of Transformation and Service Delivery in Ekiti State is all about.
Well, it's very important that the people of Ekiti State are the center of all of this. No matter what the government does, it actually has to be to their own benefit. So I'm quite concerned about what programs and processes that, apart from what you spoke to earlier, what other plans and processes would you be introducing that will be of benefit to the citizenry of Ekiti State, the constituents, and as well as the beneficiaries themselves?
Thank you very much. One of the elements of a public service assessment improvement model is actually looking at the constituents, the beneficiaries, gauging their feelings, gauging their yearnings, their longings. What do they want? In most instances in Nigeria, it is government rather deciding for the followers. But this time around, with the use of EKPAIR, we want to gauge their feelings, and we have done this in a little way in OTSD, in the Office of Transformation and Service Delivery in Ekiti State. The last 300 days of the governor at Ekiti, we were there, and we gained the feeling of the people. And, we look back in-house, and we could see where the people are saying, we don't feel you, but we feel you more here, here, here. But in this place, but if you could do more in this area too, we will feel your impact. The next 400 days, we want to do that. Even at this administration will be 1 year in office, 16th of October, just next week, Monday. But we want to get the feeling of the people. So and make sure that we are delivering. The government is delivering to the people what actually they wanted, from this government. So it's one critical element we are looking at, and there are programs across board, all the pillars: youth development, job creation, human capital development. We talk about agriculture and rural development. We are talking about art, tourism, and culture. Like that. Presently, the team of Ekiti State is in Netherlands now. Doing this thing. So we are looking at other, and there are programs. There are programs under all these pillars, even in governance. One area that the people of Ekiti State have scored the government of Governor Oyebanji high is in governance. Salaries have been paid promptly, past gratuities, pensions, even arrears of salary have been paid. So you can see the teachers trooping out. Just a few days ago, you can see pensioners trooping out, rejoicing, celebrating, So These are areas we are looking at, and we don't want it to just be in one area. We want it to spread across so that the vision of the government, the sheer prosperity, will flow to the people of Ekiti.
And that's a fine place to leave the conversation this morning. Dr. John Ekundayo, the Special Advisor, Office of Transformation and Service Delivery, Ekiti State. Thank you so much for your time. And we can only wish you, your office, and the state all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica and Ibrahim. Thank you.